Welcome to Lou CIS Demos. Today we're going to be talking about CentOS 7, how to do the install. So typically to do an install you need a CD or an ISO. So here's the walkthrough on how to set up CentOS 7. So once you boot it up, it'll come up into this menu. So you want to click install, and then it's going to ask you to press enter again to begin the process. So just like installing any OS, you're going to have a little boot process, and then the machine's going to load up to a certain point. So here you can see CentOS is installing a bunch of applications that it needs to run the graphical interface, and then from there we'll be asked to do the install setup. So you can see we're getting close because now the mouse shows up. Here it's going to ask us by default what languages we're going to use. So a lot of times either the mouse or the tab key is what you want to use. So you can see down here there's little dots around the continue button. We can hit enter. Sometimes if you're doing this in a virtual environment, the mouse doesn't exactly line up all the time correctly until the appropriate drivers are installed. So you can see here we have essentially 3 areas that we have to configure for CentOS to work. So here we have location, language support, installation, where is the media coming from, what options are we going with. So here we want to make sure, there we go, we select the drive that we're going to use. We're going to hit done. Network, we want to make sure we enable the Ethernet interface, give it a name, so like a host name, besides just, if we were going to use this for something particular. So by now, just by turning the network card on and set up for DHCP, we can change it. So we can change it to static, dynamic, however we need to. And then we click up here when we're done making that change. Here, I'm going to change it from just the bare minimum to a desktop. And then here we can have some additional applications. So we can set up open office, different things, security tools, all kinds of administrative tools that we want to do. I'm just going to keep it light just for sake of time to get everything going. So now it's checking the software to see if it's on this DVD that we've installed. So as that's checking, we're going to go up to the time. Now we go ahead and click on date and time. Here we're going to change in our time zone. And put in Chicago. Here we want to set up network time. So right now we don't have the network card on, so we can set that up later. And then from there we hit begin. And as it's copying, we can create our users. So here we're going to set up a root password. Just putting some basic stuff in there. And there we go. And we can create users as time goes on. Now we're going to go ahead and click reboot the machine. Now we can see the system is now booting back up. And then here, we're going to finish the configurations. by accepting the licensing agreement. Sometimes the mouse can be there we go. Sometimes the mouse can be very finicky in a virtual environment. Here we're going to turn on the NIC card. Seems like I'm having an issue with using a mouse. So there we can see we have an address. This is usually what you're going to experience the mouse problem is when you're dealing with virtualization. Sometimes the resolution of your monitor causes some different issues. And then from here, again, tabbing down, creating a user, making it a strong password. And then clicking done. And then from there, we click finish. And there we go. We successfully installed CentOS. And then from here, we would do upgrades and stuff like that after we finish going with the user profile settings. Just going with the defaults. Here you may want to change your privacy settings. I would recommend clicking on the privacy policy and viewing through it. And then I'm planning to just skip all the online accounts. And here we go. We essentially once I install the additional updates on here, so here we have Firefox, get out, some of our different applications, and we'll go over more later in class. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.